G'day and welcome to Wellywood Wargaming. My name is Damon, and in this video I'll be taking a quick look at the new Combat Arena Lair of the Beast self-contained board game for Warhammer 40k. This one is a bit of a weird one. I know nothing about it. I haven't opened it yet, but I saw it up for pre-order on EB Games of all places, and it looked like, for the price of about 80 bucks, an absolute haul of miniatures that I couldn't find elsewhere for, you know, unless I wanted to pay an arm and a leg for. So let's go ahead and crack open the box and see what's inside, and you can decide whether or not you want to buy this box for yourself. Right then, I've got a copy of Warhammer 40,000 Combat Arena Lair of the Beast, the fast-paced miniatures combat game. This one is for 12 and up, 30 minutes game time and 2 to 4 players. It looks like these combat arenas are kind of made for entry level into the Warhammer universe, and there's been a few different versions of this in the past. There's been some Age of Sigmar stuff as well, I believe. This is the first one I've got my hands on, and this is the latest one as well, and this one is based in the 40k universe. Pretty cool. I mainly bought this because it was 80 bucks here in Australia, which is not a lot of money considering all of the goodies that you get in here. Of course, I'm going to open it up now and have a look at exactly what those are. First and foremost, we've got the Combat Arena Lair of the Beast rulebook in here, which is a small paper booklet which explains some of the lore in this box game, what you get in there, some contents. We've got a bunch of cards and a board and things. But the main reason why I bought this is for the actual miniatures that we get in here. 13 Citadel miniatures, which, if you already look at it that way, is more than worth the 80 bucks we've got in here. So we've got, if you're familiar with Blackstone Fortress, we've got every single hero from Blackstone Fortress in here. We've got Rain and Rouse, the rattling snipers. We've got the Kroot bounty hunter there, Dayak Grek. We've got Pius Vaughn, Esbern Lacano, Thaddeus the Purifier, Janus Drake, Amelin Shadow Guide, and UR25, the Imperial Robot, as well as the addition of Sergeant Venaro, who is a sort of Blood Angels sergeant by the looks of it. And of course, the main reason I bought this is for the dreaded Amble and his boar worms. So that already, if we forget about the rest of the contents of the actual game, the tokens, the cards and things that you get in here, is more than worth its price there, if you ask me. Especially seeing as getting hold of the Amble was always really, really difficult. So this is the first time I've been able to get hold of the Amble for a decent price. In here we've got a nice cardboard hex board, so I could actually use this, by the looks of it, for Aeronautica if I really wanted to, if I was desperate. And you get a bunch of tokens in here as well. I've no idea what any of them do yet, but we'll get into that when we actually have a look at the rule book later on. This is really just to look at the contents of the box. We've got the sprue for the Amble, which is huge, by the way. Lots of little extra bits and bobs on there, boar worms and mites and stuff. Cannot wait to use this guy in my games of Necromunda, actually. There's a couple of scenarios where you do monster hunts and stuff, and that's kind of why I bought that guy. I really want to use him as that. Could also proxy him as a cow spawn or something as well. Another sprue here with the Imperial Navigator on it and Janus Drake with one of the Rattlings. We've also got Sergeant Venaro here. Weirdly, he's the only one with a 3D base. Everyone else has got sort of plain bases. This guy's got a 3D base, which I always quite like, actually, if I'm honest, but it's always hard to you know, match things up when half of your miniatures have got nice intricate bases and half of them haven't. Then got another sprue of the Eldar Ranger, the Imperial Robot, the other Rattling, and Pius Vaughn and his sort of the Ecclesiarchy Bishop guy, as well as the Kroot there as well. I've actually bought most of these miniatures singly off eBay and probably spent far more than I have on this box set, but it's nice to have them again, just so, I mean, they're such nice models, the Blackstone Fortress ones. It's worth having them for kit bashes and conversions and stuff. We get a bunch of cards in here, sort of fighter cards, so to speak, for the heroes and the Amble, and a bunch of other cards as well. Again, I've got no idea what these actually do. I'm sure I will actually play the game. Don't worry, I'm definitely going to play it. I'm just more excited about the models at the moment. We get a nice set of 6 blue six-sided dice, D6s in here as well, which is always nice to have to a collection of dice. They're blue, not just white as well, which is nice. And we've got some slaughter bases in here as well, which actually look like Blood Bowl ones a little bit, because they've got the little holes in them. Oh, maybe not. So let's have a look at the rule book now. It's not a very big one, it is just paper. We've got a little bit of a lore and the contents there as well, as the miniatures that I highlighted earlier. Nice bit of artwork there too from Blackstone Fortress. We've then got a couple of different sections in here. Prepare for combat, how to set up the actual board. Gives you a little bit about facing as well, in terms of front arc and rear arc. Pretty simple there, similar sort of stuff to Necromunda. This shows you the sort of board layout and stuff too. Pretty small sort of cardboard, hex board there, but I quite like the compact nature of this. It's definitely a board game. And then how to play as well. So it goes through different stages. We've got stage 1, preparing. Stage 2, actually fighting. And then we've got a bunch of, fighter reference cards as well inside there. How to count distances, how to use the dice. Very much introductory sort of stuff. Like, it's not overly complicated by the looks of it. We've got different actions that your fighters can do, or your heroes, should I say. You can move, you can attack. You've got special actions which different fighters have as well. No actions, pushing fighters, different weapons, and facing icons as well. You've then got the amble itself, how the amble works, determining control of the amble, how to call the boar worms and set up, move, and attack. Wounds and boar worms too. This is a little bit more about fighter arcs in here, how you end the round, how wounds and injuries are calculated, and obviously winning the game there as well. It looks pretty straightforward. You've got combat variants in here as well. You can do team battles, Hunter Supreme, and Lone Champion, which are different variants of the game. And then we've got some nice pictures of painted up versions of the heroes and the amble itself. A little bit of lore at the end there, the Galaxy at War, the Silent Station, ambles and infestations, and then at the very end there we have the assembly guide for these miniatures, which are all very much press and put together. You don't need to use glue for these guys. It looks like they're all plug and play. A little bit of Blackstone Fortress artwork at the back there as well, which is really, really nice work as well. And that's pretty much the rule book. But that's effectively what you get in there. For 80 bucks, you get, what is it? Quite a few miniatures, pretty much, for from the Blackstone Fortress Hero set, as well as a Space Marine Sergeant, which is always nice for me to paint up. And most importantly, the dreaded amble as well, which I'm really excited about using in my games of other stuff too. So maybe I'll do a video on how this actual combat arena plays, but really that was just a highlight on what you can get for your money in this Combat Arena Lair of the Beast box set. Anyway, that's it for now. Let me know what your experiences are with this game. If you've played it in the past, I'd really like to know. And hopefully I'll crack it out and play it with my son at some point over the next few weekends. That's it for now, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.